Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another refutation to David 19's playlist called Fun Islamic Facts. It's Fun Islamic Facts 14 called Licking Muhammad's Finger. In this video, he's going to mock himself. Today, he's going to refute himself. So watch till the end. Let's start.
Sahih Bukhari, number 5456. Narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, when you eat, do not wipe your hands till you have licked it, or had it licked by somebody else.
That's not a translation, that's an interpretation. As I said, he's going to refute himself today. So later on, he's going to read a better translation of this hadith.
Sorry, they're already gone.
No, they're not. You left the best part.
No, I'm pretty sure they're...
Cheese. Hello, Doritos.
Sahih Muslim, 5294. It was narrated that Ibn Abbas said, the Messenger of Allah said, when one of you eats some food, let him not wipe his hand until he has licked it, or had it licked.
This is a better translation. Now, in this hadith, David Wood is trying to say, had it licked means had it licked by somebody else. The answer is no, for too many points. First, this happens when a reporter reports in his confusion. Here in this hadith, you're going to see lick it or have it licked. Because of this or, David Wood is thinking that Prophet Muhammad is giving two options. Lick it yourself or have it licked by somebody else. But that is not the case. Here, saying or is an indication that the narrator is not certain what the actual wording was. Like this hadith, the narrator was confused if Prophet Muhammad wrote a letter or had an idea of writing a letter. So the narrator was just confused, this is the second point, if it was an active voice, i.e. lick it, or was it in a passive voice, had it licked. That's the confusion the narrator is facing over here. So he mentions both of them. If you went to school and you reached 7th grade, you would know what the grammar of voice is. Every single language has voice. Voice changes the structure of the sentence, but the meaning is always the same. If you know how to change a voice, you would know that when you're changing a sentence to a passive voice, a word will come in, that is, by. After that, the active voice's subject will come over here. But by and this subject, which happens to be an object in such sentences in passive term, these two words does not need to be mentioned because the context will give the meaning. Suppose the context is you're talking to a higher authority to take some steps. The sentence would be, some necessary steps needs to be taken. By and the object is not mentioned over here because the context will tell that you are asking the higher authority to take some necessary steps. So the full sentence would be, some necessary steps needs to be taken by that higher authority, whoever that is. In this hadith, the sentence that we have in our hand is, he had it licked. So let's complete the structural form of the sentence. Let's take a by over here and let's give a blank. In this blank, only two words can be used. It's either by someone else or by himself. So how do we know what the actual and the real word should be? We go to the other hadiths. One among them will be quoted by David 19 himself. We have dozens of hadiths that tells us directly, without any confusion, that we should lick our own fingers. And there is no report at all that one Sahaba is licking another Sahaba's finger after eating. No report at all. So here, the only thing that can be used is himself. So the sentence becomes, had it licked by himself, not someone else. So in either form, the meaning is the same, that Prophet told us to lick our own fingers after we eat.
Why did Muhammad want his followers to lick their fingers and to lick each other's fingers? He tells us, Sahih Muslim 5300. It was narrated from Jabir that the Prophet enjoined licking one's fingers and wiping the plate. And he said, you do not know in which part the blessing is. So, Allah has hidden a blessing somewhere in your food. But since you don't know where it's hidden, you should lick your fingers or have someone else lick them so that the blessing isn't lost.
Yes, the blessing is the correct. And the other point is we should not waste any drop of food. Because wasting is very denounced in Islam. A person who wastes anything is called a brother of shaitan. So we should not waste any food. A lot of people in this world don't have food to eat, and you're wasting food. Don't waste food. Bring some pets in your home, or find some people who are in need of food. If you cannot eat something, give it to them, but don't waste food. Remember, Allah is watching everything. You have to answer for your things, every single thing that you do in the afterlife. So be grateful towards what Allah has given you. Don't waste it.
Muhammad goes on to say that even if you drop your food on the floor, you should pick it up and eat it, so that Satan doesn't eat what you dropped and steal your hidden blessing. Sahih Muslim, number 5303. It was narrated that Jabir said, I heard the Prophet say, the shaitan is present with any one of you in all his affairs, and he is even present with him when he eats. If one of you drops a morsel, let him remove any dirt on it, then eat it, and not leave it for the shaitan. And when he has finished, let him lick his fingers.
Lick whose fingers? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say that one more time.
Let him lick his fingers.
One more time.
Let him lick his fingers.
Thank you. One more time.
Let him lick his fingers.
One more time.
Let him lick his fingers.
Okay.
So you picked up a topic and you ended up refuting yourself. Your 500,000 idiots may not have recognized it, but I did. Thanks for refuting yourself, David. Thank you so much.
For he does not know in which part of his food the blessing is. Unfortunately for Muslims who actually believe what Muhammad says, the problem with food that falls on the floor isn't simply the dirt. It's the bacteria, which remain on the food even after the dirt is brushed away.
This guy does not know anything about the 5-second rule. Most of you may be hearing this for the very first time, but there's a law, there's a rule that if a food drops on the ground and you pick it up, within 5 seconds, the germs or the bacteria on the surface cannot infect the food that was dropped. And a new study from 2019 shows that if you clean your floor once a week with antiseptic liquids or vacuum cleaners, even if the food falls on your ground, you can pick it up. There is no time limit. You can pick it up, clean it, and eat it. No problem will be happening to you. So don't come over here and try to say this will happen, bacteria, germs, and stuff like that. Come on, don't mess around. You know nothing about biology. You know nothing about Islam. So stop acting like you're an expert. Stop acting like you know. Come on, man. Stop mocking yourself. Jeez.
So, once again, the surest way to infect yourself with a disease and die is to follow Muhammad's teachings.
Alright, from today on, in every single refutation video of mine, at the end, I am going to drop a challenge for you, David. I challenge you to refute my refutation. Go ahead, David. And if anybody who is watching wants to refute me, don't just give a dislike over there. The comment section is open. I will be there. We'll have a talk, don't worry. Well, there you go, folks. That's the refutation. See you in the next video. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.